Okay, dear students, and we'll start the class. I hope you had a nice lunch and nice coffee break. And today's topic is how far we are going to use Python for financial application. So today we are going to discuss the basic concepts in Python and some few concepts. If possible, we will go for tomorrow's class. Okay. Basically, you are having only theory, so you need not worry about the programming part. We are going to discuss the basic things in Python and how far it is used in financial application. No other than that one. Okay, so clearly follow that one. You are having theory for section A and B only. Before going to that one, let us move on to the today's nice news, which is also indirectly connected with this topic. You can see the news just 3 days back. Some of the chief financial officer, and they used to quote about the 5 CFOs, and they mentioned that they identified some new financial metrics. We are discussing about the accounting ratio. We are discussing about the share price movements. We are discussing about the market value of the shares. But here, some interesting thing. What is happening at present? Especially 5 CFOs, they identified some new metrics. Let us see what these 5 CFOs are telling. Here is John Collins from LivePerson, one of the biggest analytics company. And they are processing for big companies in European countries. And what he's saying that now we have to create customer attrition cycle. For each and every customer, we have to create the value proportion also in finance. That is his opinion. You can see the customer attrition cycle. Nice opinion. And he mentioned about the different sales cycle, and each and every cycle, what will be the attrition rate of the customers. That is the basic operating leverage in finance. Another CFO, you can see Karen McGrath. He used to call it as presently, we are having CAPS and ARR. You can see he defined 2 concepts in finance analytics. He used to call it as 2 concepts which are very important for that one. One is CAPS. CAPS is nothing but cloud, alliance, partner, subscription method. He used to mention clearly what is the cloud analytics platform we are using, how far we are joining hands with others, that is the alliance, then make industrial partners to find out the interfirm and intra-firm comparisons. Finally, he mentioned the subscription also. Financial data subscription to compare what is going on in a particular country with what is going on in our firm. That is his view. And see that one, new analytics. Then let us see the next person. He is the John McLean. He is from the Current Health, and he is also working as the chief there. According to him, adherence and utilization. because he is working in the hospital in Scotland, and he mentioned that the financial metrics should have the adherence standards that is equal to compliance standards, then the utilization, whether we are able to utilize the funds correctly. That he created some analytics for that one. Then the next person, you can see the Kevin Ingram from FM Global. Your super seniors are working there. They are having the back office process in Bangalore. According to him, he created the combined ratio, like dew point analysis, what you have studied in financial analytics, especially in case of accounting ratios. Same thing he used to create. We need not go for individual ratios calculation. We can identify the combined ratio by capturing the profit and expenses easily. Here is another person from AP Core Software, Samuel Monty. According to him, present metrics, financial analytics, has to give importance for exit ARR. A nice term he used. Usually, this ARR means a different term, but what he defines, annual recurring revenue. We have to give or exit the annual recurring revenue of the firm. Annual recurring revenue means simple thing. How much income we are receiving per annum regularly. That is very important thing. Not each and everything. Regularly, what are all the different source of income we have to find out, and we have to give importance to that one. Okay. So that is how these people used to give new financial metrics. When you are coming out of your education and joining in an education unit, or if you are working in an organization pure of finance, you must know all those things. How far the metrics have been defined at present. Okay, that is a very nice news. Based upon that, we will today move on to the Python. I think some of you have already studied Python. As we are having the theory relating to Python in finance application, you'll see how far the Python is dominating the other scripts. If you see in this diagram, you can easily note that one. The increase in the usage of Python. See that one from the 2016 onwards, the Python is going to, I think it increased this too much even in case of Google search. And now most of the financial application, especially in case of BSE, the algorithmic trading is done with the help of Python only. Even in India, in Bombay Stock Exchange, we are moving towards the algorithmic trading. Even some of these share brokers, they are using the nice financial metrics analysis of capital market. For this purpose, they are using the Python. That is the why we are going to study about the Python. And regarding the textbook, everything, it is already available in your LMS. If you click the headings, you will get it that one. For each and every unit, we are having the textbook contents, and I have already divided and put up that one. This is the standard textbook. So try to refer that one also. Anyhow, it is purely relating to the conceptual method. Okay. So why we are going for Python? We have discussed. Because of its new features, it can be integrated with different platforms. That is the first reason why We are going for Python. You can integrate with C programming, even Visual Basic, and different programmings you can easily integrate. That is the main reason why we are moving towards that one. You can easily find out the concept of Python as an object-oriented programming. It is the high-level programming with dynamic semantics. Semantics here refers to the integration with number of semantic standards. Even you can create a database, and this database can be integrated with that one. That is why it is called as rapid application development. And it is used for scripting or any glue language to connect it with this thing. That is the purpose of Python and why we are using the Python. And most of today's example I have taken from the basic W3 schools tutorials with regard to the Python. Because in your laptop, you may not have that one. Even I am not having this Python in my laptop. This laptop only in the system I am having. So in case of W3 schools, they are having the Python compiler. You can see at the same time, if you enter the program, you can see the output in online itself. That is a simple one. Of course, for your examination purpose, we are having only the application side, the theory. Okay, you must know what is what. That's all. So that is the simple thing regarding the Python. And it was released in 1991. And it was created by Guido van Rossum. Okay, that's what it is mentioned. First, it was used for web development. Then they moved on to the software development. Then they moved to the mathematical calculations. Now, even it is used for system scripting. And in case of finance, they are using for the mathematical finance. It automatically gathers data from different web sources. That is the advantage of using the Python. Okay. You can see that one, what can Python do? As same thing, the web application. And it can be used alongside with some other software also. That is easily to integrate. It is having its own database. We'll discuss also a new database, how it creates the data frame set. We are going to discuss. Then it will be very useful for handling the complex mathematics. At the same time, it will perform more functions so that you are able to find out the answers immediately. That is why it is mentioned that it can be also used for prototyping or for production-ready software development. Okay. So what are all the components in Python? Regarding the finance, first one is the Anaconda. I think Anaconda means some of you are thinking about that Anaconda film. Don't worry, it is not like that. It is a distribution of Python. It includes different libraries and the execution of Python code. If you are writing in Python code, how you can easily execute. And it contains some of the libraries. And from that library, you can use the integrated development languages, programming, and you can use along with the Python. That is the advantage of that one from the Anaconda. Then for the purpose of software platform, it contains Spider IDE, which we can use for editing the code, that is code editor, even writing the coding, a compiler and interpreter to convert our code into machine level language, that is machine readable language. Even the debugging is done by the Spider IDE in case of Python. Then Jupyter Notebook. It is an open source application. You can write, create the coding, and usually it is used for small chunks, small programs. And once if it is okay, then you can integrate with Anaconda and it will be stored in the library. That is the advantage. Then like Anaconda, finally Conda, it is a package of management system which can be used for installation, then running or any updation in Python. It will be done by that one. These are all the main things available with the Python. Then there are few libraries and packages along with the Python. First one is numerical Python. That is why it is mentioned NUMPY. It refers to the numerical Python that is used for mathematical and financial calculation. Today we will see some of the examples with regard to the numerical Python. Then the pandas to create a database system. We are having exclusively 1 hour class for the pandas, how we are using the pandas and how we are creating the database using the pandas. We will discuss later on in one class. Okay. Then another interesting feature for the diagram, because in case of finance, especially in case of the stock market information system, we need some graphics. For that purpose, we are having matplot library. Even you can go up to the 2D graphics. You can prepare the traditional candlestick diagram there, bar charts, scatter diagrams, histograms. For this purpose, we are using the matplot library functions. Then the technical analysis, especially in case of finance, it is called as TA library. In other words, it is called as technical analysis library. It is an open source library. That means it contains extensively used some of the financial data or the method of creating some diagram. Usually we used to call it as built-in functions. It is available. Usually we calculate the RSI, that is relative strength matrix, then moving average, convergence and divergence, that is MACD. And it can be used not only with Python, but also with other languages, especially Perl, Java, etc. See that one. In case of technical analysis, another advantage, we are having technical analysis library in which there are some built-in programs are there. It is used for easily drawing the charts. That is the plus points. Then B bands, it is used for drawing the Bollinger bands. That is the graph. I will show that one also. Then Aron oscillator. In case of stock market, we will find out the Aron oscillator, whether the price will move or not, or whether it comes down or it goes up. For that purpose, we are using the Aron oscillator. That also it is available in the technical analysis of Python. Then as usual, the moving average, MACD, that is moving average convergence and divergence. Based upon the moving average of the stock price, how we are able to take decision, that is available with the technical analysis package of Python, that is MAC. Then the for RSI, that is relative strength index, what we have studied in the basic thing, how we are calculating the RSI for the share prices. It is also available there with the TA library, that is technical analysis library. Then another notable one for the finance is Zipline. It is used for the trading applications, event management system, or trading trading application. In stock trading, we need real-time information. So using this zipline function, we can go for the real-time trading system also. Okay. Let us start with the example of matplot library. You can see the different diagrams available in the matplot library. You can draw different two-dimensional graphics. That is the advantage of that one. You can see that one. Matplot library, what are all the different images, what are all the different graphics available in case of this matplot library, how far we can create that one. Even starting with the line plot, scatter, bar, box, everything. You can create your own nice diagram. If you are working with the some ShareCon, they are using this one as the backend, and most of the charts are coming from this matplot library. That is a very interesting example. You know, and you can see it was created by John Hunter. And it is also an open source. It is a freely available one. It is written in Python, and some of the segments are linked with the C, C++, etc. That's what I told you. It is an integrated platform. You can get the code base from the repository. You need not write codings. You can use the codings already existed in library function. And from that, you can create nice diagrams. Okay. Here is some basic example in Python. The Python function. How we can create a function, simple thing. What is the meaning of function? Any programming coding will have the function. Here it is a block of code which is used for running. Then it is any function can have the data and end with the result. Say for example, here is an example. We have defined one function for printing hello from a function. What I have taken from the W3 tutorials. Simple thing, define my function, print hello from a function, which will output the function. Simple thing. With the help of function, how we can calculate the standard deviation. Let us see simple example. You know about the standard deviation. Do you remember the meaning of standard deviation? Anyone? Renita, what is the meaning of standard deviation? Okay. What happened? You started sleeping. Jisman, are you there?
Yes, sir.
What is standard deviation?
Deviation from its average.
Good. You are 90% plus 10% also correct. Simple
Yes,
thing what Jisman told clearly. Let us see how we can calculate the standard deviation in Python. Okay. So here clearly you understand what is the meaning of standard deviation. Simply means how we are deviating from the original mean. If there's a low standard deviation, it means that it is all the numbers are close to the mean value. At the same time, if the standard deviation is high, it means that it is a big, wider range, more deviation from the mean. Simple thing, the speed is given, and then this standard deviation is 0.9. How far we are using the compiler for that purpose? You can see simple thing. In Python, of course, don't worry, the coding is not for the examination. Only thing, That's one question from the application side. You must know numeric Python, NUMPY. You can directly import numeric Python because now we are having more library functions available there. You can get it from that one. That is why it is mentioned import numeric Python. That is NUMPY refers to numeric Python. The speed, simple thing. Then X is equal to numeric Python, that is built-in function is standard deviation of the speed. Then print. Simple thing. Even once upon a time when I studied that Fortran and Pascal, we used the same type of methods. Even in the basic language, once upon a time, in 1980s, it was only famous. You can see the output, it will directly output the standard deviation. This is for your understanding, simple thing, how we are using the Python. Python is not a big one. Some of them are having the fear that Python is very tough to understand. It's very easiest one. Let's see this example, how we are calculating the standard deviation using the numerical Python. Simple thing, the speed we are defined, what are the numericals we are defined, then X is the variable, numeric Python dot standard deviation of the speed. Speed is defined earlier. So if you give the command print X, it will give the output that is 0.90. Simple thing. So that is the quite interesting thing in case of the Python, just for your understanding how far you are using the Python. What is the input for the standard deviation? What is the output? Let us see a simple example in Python for the matplot library function, how we are going to create a scattered diagram. You know the scattered diagram. Yes. Chetan, you are there? He's not there, huh? Okay, then is there Midun Sebi? Amar?
Yes, sir.
Amar is there, good. What is that scatter diagram, Amar? Have you studied in statistics? Scatter plot, scatter diagram. Come on.
So it's a graphical data, or numerical data, which can be.
Okay. You tried to say something, and I don't know, in the background, some ambulance voice is also coming. Is it ambulance
Yes, sir.
voice?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Where you are then?
Sir, I'm native, sir.
Even in your native, COVID cases are high.
Yes, sir. Everywhere is high, right?
Okay.
Raise post sir.
Yes?
No,
Some
sir.
others. Okay, good. See that one, according to Amar, you mentioned something we can use with the help of x-axis and y-axis. Same thing. Here you can see the example of the matplot library module, how we are going to write a simple coding in Python for creating a simple chart. Okay. X-axis and y-axis, it is represented as the array. Simple thing. X is the one array we are mentioning 5, 7, 8, 7, etc. Then Y, which represents the y-axis. We wish to plot in the matplot library of the Python. Simple thing, you can see in the downside, we are having the nice function. So it is very easy to use. See that one. The function is scatter diagram. Import matplot library dot Python plot as PLT, that is diagram. PLT refers to the diagram. Then x-axis, y-axis, plot the scatter, X and Y, and plot show. Simple thing. Because here in case of Python, you can use the libraries. That is the reason why in case of Python, it is mentioned that it is easy to understand. You need not take more risk. You can easily understand the concepts in the Python. Simple thing. As a finance student, anyhow, you are not going to draw the scatter diagram, but at least basic thing you must know. What you must know, in case of matplot library, there is one library available in Python. Whatever the diagram coming up, new things are coming up, you can use this matplot library for anything. Not only that one, we will see some other functions are also coming there. You can easily find out all these things. Okay. That is the advantage in case of the Python. We'll see the output. You can see the input and output for the scatter diagram. Import matplotlib Python plot as the plotter. Plotter is used for preparing the charts, the diagram. We are given the X and Y inputs, plot scatter, plot show. In the right hand side, you can see the plotter diagram. Just a demo. You can use these W3 tutorials or number of online compilers available. You can insert and find out all those things. It is very easy. Okay, matplot library. You must know built-in functions, matplot library, all these things. That's all. Coding you need not know. Anyhow, you must understand. Only for your understanding, I'm telling. This is a very, very simple example how we are using the matplot library function. Okay. Another advantage. Our friend Yasin may decided, okay, every time in case of Excel you are preparing, we have to download from the file BSC or from Yahoo or from Google or from any other source, money, control.com, some other website. Then only we have to copy that one, then paste it in Excel, then only we are able to take decision. But here in case of Python, there is another advantage is that you can import Yahoo Finance directly. Even there is one function in Excel, you can directly import from moneycontrol.com now. Same thing, but here you can directly install Yahoo Finance. And of course, this is taken from the Facebook page of the Yahoo Finance, the source, because through the Facebook Yahoo Finance, you can easily enter into the Yahoo Finance rather than moving directly to the Yahoo Finance. You can see in this example, if you install Yahoo Finance, that is Y Finance. Y Finance refers to the Yahoo Finance. And you can easily import the data. Here is an example of input and output of how you are getting the data from the Yahoo Finance. You can see in this example, you can import Y Finance and import Y Finance IYF, the variable declaration. Get the data for stock Facebook from 2017 to 2019 because it is moving towards the Facebook of the Yahoo Finance easily to enter into the database of the Yahoo Finance. Then you can download AAPL, that is the ticker name, then the stock price name, start from 2017, then the end date we have given. You can immediately get the output, that is print the first 5 rows of the data head, what are all things available. So you can see the date, opening price, high price, low, closing, adjusted closing volume, everything you will get it. Provided it is connected with online, and if you are having the Y Finance, Yahoo Finance, that is the advantage of using the Python. You can have the BSc values directly. There are a number of library functions. Of course, we should not tell in the open or place, because in the library they have already created how you can get the data from BSc, NSC. These share brokers knows everything, and they already created that one. So as a financial analyst, if you are sitting, you can ask them, why can't you are using the Excel? You can directly use the Python and get the share price immediately. Then we will go for analysis. You can tell as a financial analyst, of course, the coding, everything will be done by your subordinate who might have studied the coding purpose. Even then, you need not worry. You can write directly. It is easy. Everything is available in the Python library. Okay. Here you can see the example how it will give the output. Okay. The tick here, opening, closing, everything. And here is another example. Once you got from the Yahoo Finance, you can create any type of graphs. I use the Python shell for the purpose, and matplot library function. See that one, we gathered the input through the Yahoo Finance. Then we wish to prepare some diagram by plotting this thing, how we are creating. You can see that one. Import matplot library function for plotting. Then adjusting closing values. And we used to create a data frame set. We will see the meaning of data frame set in next classes. Anyhow, here just for your understanding, okay? Then you can see, calculate the daily percentage change. What is the percentage change every day? Then percentage change. Then it will ask to show that one. And see, one company, AAPL, it created that one. That is the jump effect during that one, the price changes. These are all the simple example how we are using the Python for finance. This is very easy. Of course, for the coding also, you need not worry. It is already available in the library function. Only thing, you have to check what are in the libraries, what are all things available. Here is another example of how we are using the moving average method. That is moving convergence and divergence. Moving average method with convergence and divergence along with the exponential moving average. This is a very interesting thing to take the decision. You have seen in the output. Let us see first the input. How we are using the moving average, convergence and divergence. I've taken this one from the Quant Institute, one of the blogs, how they created that one. Okay. It's an interesting thing, moving average, convergence and divergence. With the help of moving average, how we can take the decision. Okay. Here you can see moving average, convergence and divergence. Usually we used to call it as MAC. It was developed by Gerald Appel, even in 70s itself. Under this moving average system, how we will take the decision. We can trigger the trading signal. Trading signal means when we will buy, when we will sell. Simple thing. Based upon the MAC diagram, it will give nice output that when we can buy or when we can sell. You can see that one, when MAC line crosses the signal line, it is recommended to buy. You can see in this graph, MAC line, this, you can see this red line. When this red line crosses the blue lines, it is better to buy. You can see here, you can buy that one. Okay. Like that, when MAC line crosses below the signal line, then you can sell that one. When it comes down, that red line is coming down, especially in this place. Here you can go for the selling that one. That is a interesting thing. Then here, this is the place where you can sell because it is coming down. At the same time, here it is moving upward than that one. You can buy from this place. EMA refers to the exponential moving average. So these things you can easily calculate in case of the Python. That is the advantage of that one. Okay. Yes. Let us see how the MAG strategy is working. Here is a simple example. Of course, here it has been taken from the pandas. This next library, which we can use all the things for the purpose of taking decision. Number of repositories are available with the pandas. From that repository, we are taking the coding. You can see this example, import pandas, then import matplotlib because we have to plot that one. Then matplot line in line, that is what we gather it from the share price movements, then reading the data, then visualizing the data. Of course, here it shows only the MAC, that is moving average convergence. How we will take the decision when it tends to move up. We can go for the, if it goes up, we have to go for buying. And if it comes down, we have to go for the selling, same thing. It moves up, it is good to buy. If it comes down, we are ready to sell. That is how we can take the decision. This graph will run in your system. If Pranit is working as a manager, as a financial analytics, he might have created with the help of any library, maybe pandas, anything. Only thing he is able to take decision based upon this graph. That is the purpose of this Python. The advantage of Python is also that one. You can take nice decision, okay? Another thing, you can create the trading signal also. When share price you are getting quickly, you can go for finding out a trading signal. See that one based upon this magnet. When we can sell, when we can buy, all these things. Here is an example of that one. Import numerical Python. It will use for calculation data. And when the moving average is greater than the data, then it is +1. +1 means we can buy, -1 means we have to sell. Simple thing, you need not confuse it, everything. Just for your understanding, all these things. The advantage of using the Python is you can create a trading signal and you can find out when we can buy, when we can sell. You can see the strategy. Even you can calculate the returns. In Excel, we have calculated the stock price movements, the returns based upon the opening price and the closing price, same thing. Here also you can calculate and it will be shown as the output with the plotter also. You can calculate the returns, cumulative returns, and it can be used in the plotting also. These are all the some of the advantage. Another advantage, you can calculate the Sharpe ratio. You know about the Sharpe ratio and the decision how we have to take based upon the Sharpe ratio. In financial analytics 1 also we studied the same thing. Why we are using the Sharpe ratio? It is used by investors to understand the risk by comparing the risk-free investments. Especially in case of India, it is the bank rate. Of course, now the bank rate is moving down and down. And because of the second wave, it is equivalent to a national emergency. And it is all reflecting in the Sharpe ratio. You can know the formula for calculating the Sharpe ratio. And same thing we can use in the Python, how to calculate the Sharpe ratio. Okay, this is the traditional formula what we are using. You can see that one annual risk-free rate is, let us assume a 6%, but it is moving down to 4%. And even it may less in future. Risk-free rate, then the daily risk-free return, we can assume 252 working days. Calculate the excess returns, then calculate the Sharpe ratio using the given formula. That is, you can directly input the formula. There is no need for library function. Of course, there is a library function for Sharpe ratio also there. But here they are given in the form of full description. The Sharpe ratio is defined here, and the result it comes 0.31. And you can plot that one. How you can plot the Sharpe ratio? You can see this is a nice example they are given. The red color and white color. Red color refers to the Sharpe ratio, and the black color. Black color represents the risk-free rate. They used to compare based upon the rolling period as well as the normal period. 252 period means 1 year roughly, because remaining days are, let us assume the stock has not been traded. And another example, 2 years they are given. See that one, the Sharpe ratio, how the Sharpe ratio is calculated and plotted. These are some of the main advantage in using the Python. Here is an example of calculating the volatility. We have calculated the volatility using the Excel sheet. But here is an example how we can calculate the volatility, the rolling standard deviation. We can fix the periods. That is another interesting thing. You can see that one, how the volatility is calculated, and it is displayed in the chart using the matplot library function. Here they are given for the ticker for, I think, 4 companies. They are given how they used to calculate the volatility, how it is moving up and down. You can see in the form of the charts. So that you can see in this chart, you can see the blue color AAPL. So it is highly volatile. It is moving up now. And compared with the green, another one, IBM, it is less volatile. So that is how you can easily, by seeing the graph itself, you can find out how quickly we can take the decisions. So these are the main basic things we are using in case of the Python. Next class, tomorrow morning, we'll see a simple trading strategy, what we can use in case of Python. Okay. I hope you know something in Python. But for you, once again, I'm telling, it is only the application side. Okay. Nitya? Nitya is there. What happened? Pranit?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What do you understand by this Python application? Which one you like most?
The scatter plot.
Scatter plot.
Yes, sir.
You already studied Python?
No, sir. I take R.
Oh, you are an engineering student, no?
No, sir. I am BCom.
BCom only. Okay, okay. Okay, I think we'll come to the end. So these are all the concepts in basics. Tomorrow we'll have a nice discussion, I think. Morning hour we are having. We'll see how a trading strategy, that is not a very big one, a simple one, how trading strategies are used in Python for decision making. Okay. I think I will go for attendance. Now you can switch on your camera and come, and I have to see your smiling face. You are in different place. Georgian is coming first. Oh, nice. Sam is also there. Good. Renita, as usual, nice. Praneeth is with that same orange color background. Georgian. Oh, okay, you are there. Pranita. What happened, Pranita?
Yes, sir.
Pranita. Not you. Subhashri.
Present, sir.
Okay, ma, good. Amar. Amar.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Andrita. Andrita is missing. Jacob Subhash is not coming. Jisman. Jisman, where you are? Justice. Once again, Justice is missing. Hussein.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you are there. Where you are?
I'm in Bangalore only, sir.
Bangalore only. You can get the coffee from Sam.
Yes, sir.
Niveen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Niveen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, Praneeth there. Okay. Pranita. Nice. You only
Yes.
like Bill Gates smile. Salim. What happened, Salim? Sam is there. Good.
Yes, sir.
Sneha. Sneha, usually you are there. Nice. Madhumita.
Present, sir.
Okay, ma. Yaneshwari.
Present, sir.
Okay. Chetan is absent. Junaid Basha. Vaishnavi. I think she entered. Kirtana P. Spandana.
Present, sir.
Okay, ma. Good. Nitya. What
Yes,
when?
sir.
Oh, you are there, but when I called
Yes,
your
sir.
name, you are not there. Jyotika. Yasin.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Shruti.
Present, sir.
Okay, Shukrut.
Present, sir.
Okay, good. Karthik, you.
Yes, sir.
Lakshmi.
Yes, sir.
Oh, good. Karthik H.
Yes, sir.
Robin. Robin. Pooja.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you are
Present,
there.
sir.
Pooja is also. Balaji. What's that? Sweta.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Kirtana M. Durga Prasad.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Leena.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Abhijit.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Irfan. Irfan. Midun Sebi. Okay. Okay, the students, have a nice time. We'll see tomorrow. I think I'm seeing only Georgian face. Huh?
Sir, Andrita was present while the attendance she got disconnected. She just messaged
Andrita,
me.
she's there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, dear students, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.